दिल्ली में 20 सेंटर होते हुए भी सब एक से बढ़ के एक करप्शन के नेक्सस में है एमसीडी के ऑफिशियल्स के साथ, और यहाँ पे काम हो ही नहीं रहा.
Anybody can give any order. I can say go and eat lunch in Kanyakumari. But can you do it? Same way, if you want to say take all the dogs of Delhi into shelters, then you must create the shelters. There's not a single shelter in Delhi run by government.
While there are some very strong arguments advocating against removing stray dogs from the streets of Delhi to dedicated shelter homes, it must be put in perspective first by putting out data. What is the quantum of the problem really? Why has it become a menace? So let's look at these figures. What are the dog bite figures really like? Take a look at this chart. In the month of January alone, this is what the figure looks like. In the state of Maharashtra, where I live, 58,538 cases of dog bites. Of course, it's a very large state. Delhi, 3,196 dog bites. Uttar Pradesh, 20,000 plus dog bites in a month. So, if this is the quantum of the problem, surely you cannot just ignore it and you cannot just dismiss and deny that there is an issue at hand. Now the question comes that is the solution that is being discussed or that has been now provided by the Supreme Court, is that good enough? So there are various opinions on it. Let me also update our viewers here that CJI BR Gavai has already decided to take a re-look at the order. Chief Justice of India Gavai has assured to look into Monday's Supreme Court order banning stray dogs on the streets of Delhi-NCR. People from across the society has spoken up against this order, many prominent citizens. In fact, you have actor John Abraham who have written directly to the CJI against the order, citing the animal birth control rules of 2023 and the apex court's past judgments on the issue, which have consistently upheld a methodical sterilization program. So what the actor says is that while the focus should have been on this, on the failure of authorities to enforce and implement a sterilization program, suddenly there comes this solution of a complete removal of dogs from the streets of Delhi, which according to him is against previous judgments. So that has been cited by a number of activists as well. I'm going to now play out a couple of sound bites for you. One by activist Gauri, who actually talks about best practices and certain good models which have worked in India, in other cities. Let's listen in.
ये शॉर्टकट बहुत लोगों को ऐसा हो सकता है कि अभी के लिए पसंद आ जाए, लेकिन इससे दिक्कतें बढ़ेंगी ही. जो गुड मॉडल्स हैं एनिमल बर्थ कंट्रोल के, जो दूसरे स्टेट्स ने किए हैं और दिल्ली में उस तरह से लागू नहीं हुए हैं, वहाँ से सीख लेते हुए हमें दिल्ली को एक बिल्कुल ही आइडियल एनिमल बर्थ कंट्रोल प्रोजेक्ट बनाना चाहिए था. कितने ही शहर हैं, जैसे लखनऊ है, देहरादून है, कई शहर हैं जहाँ पे एक एक एनिमल बर्थ कंट्रोल सेंटर ने बहुत ही बेहतरीन काम करते हुए डॉग बाइट्स को भी घटाया है, डॉग पपीज़ की साइटिंग को भी घटाया है, डॉग पॉपुलेशन को भी कम किया है. लेकिन दिल्ली में 20 सेंटर होते हुए भी सब एक से बढ़ के एक करप्शन के नेक्सस में है एमसीडी के ऑफिशियल्स के साथ, और यहाँ पे काम हो ही नहीं रहा. इसी बात पर एक कंटेम्प्ट मैटर भी दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में चल रहा है कि एनिमल बर्थ कंट्रोल को दिल्ली में सही ढंग से नहीं किया जा रहा. यही सब बातें सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आगे रखने के लिए और क्या क्या गैप्स हैं इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में, ये बताने के लिए ही हमने इंटरवेंशन एप्लीकेशन लगाया था, जिसको आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट के द्वारा रिजेक्ट कर दिया गया.
So now let's come to what's wrong with the solution that the Supreme Court has provided of dedicated shelters, of giving a sort of time period to make it happen. What is wrong with it? So here is Menaka Gandhi, who actually analyzes the possibility and the feasibility rather of implementing the solution that the Supreme Court has said in its order. Let's listen in.
It's not a doable order. See, anybody can give any order. I can say go and eat lunch in Kanyakumari. But can you do it? Same way, if you want to say take all the dogs of Delhi into shelters, then you must create the shelters. There's not a single shelter in Delhi run by government. So there are 3 lakh dogs. You're going to put 3 lakh dogs into how many shelters? You don't even have one. So to make those shelters, you have to spend at least 15,000 crores because you have to find 3,000 places. Those places cannot be in colonies, so you have to find them where nobody lives. Where will you find 3,000, 300, 30 places where nobody lives? Then you have to make high walls. ताकि भौंकना भी सुनाई कम दे. You have to make a kitchen, you have to make a watchman, you have to have a drainage system so that the feces and urine can be taken. You have to do all this first. This in itself will take about 5 to 10 years. It cannot be done in 2 months because first you have to find the land. Then you have to create, you have to say that the land belongs to the shelter. Then even if you have made the shelters, maan lo, and you're putting the dogs into them, you have to spend 5 crores per week feeding the dogs, which now the feeders are doing for free. Once you have even done that, you have to have a van. In case the dogs get ill, you have to take them back and forth from there. You have to employ 1.5 lakh people to just be Safai Karamcharis there.
But clearly there are MCD authorities who have welcomed this, who feel that they can actually make it happen. There can be shelters created where there will be dedicated lot of people looking after the strays, and they'll have a better living condition than how they live right now, and they'll be better monitored, there'll be CCTV cameras, there'll be better control. So you have MCD Mayor Raza Iqbal talking about what can be done in terms of the order and why this is something they are willing to go forward with. Listen in.
सर्वप्रथम मैं जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो जनहित के लिए जो ऑर्डर आया है उसको मैं बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं उसका. साथ ही साथ मैं बधाई देता हूं, साधुवाद कहता हूं माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट का, जिन्होंने जो ऑर्डर लिखा वो ऑर्डर पढ़ते हुए एक इम्प्रेशन आ रहा था कि जनता की हित की बात, जनता के दिल की बात ऑर्डर के ऊपर लिखी जा रही है. तो मैं बहुत पहले अपना स्वागत करता हूं. दूसरा जो 100% जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर है उसको हम इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे, क्योंकि हम उसके लिए बाध्य भी है कानूनी तौर पर, और खुले दिल से खुशी खुशी हम उस पर काम भी करेंगे. म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन के पास इस समय हमारे पास 20 शेल्टर होम हैं जो ऑलरेडी काम कर रहे हैं. उसको हम और सुचारू रूप से चलाएंगे ताकि जो डॉग्स जो वहां पर ज्यादा से ज्यादा एडजस्ट कर सके, और हम इस पे फेज वाइज काम करेंगे. पहले फेज के अंदर केवल वो डॉग्स हम लेंगे जो काट रहे हैं या जो बीमार हैं, रेबीज के शिकार हैं. ऐसे डॉग्स का हम RW के थ्रू जनता के माध्यम से इन डॉग्स पे हम काम करेंगे. उसके बाद जो नॉर्मल स्ट्रे डॉग्स हैं उन पे काम होगा. इसमें हम जनता की मदद लेंगे, RW की, मार्केट एसोसिएशन की, NGOs की मदद लेंगे. एक हेल्पलाइन हम जल्दी ही शुरू करने वाले हैं कि जनता को हेल्पलाइन के थ्रू उस पर आप हमें कॉल कीजिए और हम उस पर काम करेंगे.
And of course there are other leaders who have also welcomed this order, including Karnataka Minister Mr. Gundu Rao, who says that it is a menace because of the sort of disease that have spread, rabies in particular, owing to infected dogs or infection from dogs rather. So there are leaders in high places who are also saying that yes, this is the right way to restrict problems created by the overgrowing population of street dogs. Listen in.
Rabies, that anti-rabies thing is a different issue.
How many cases we have?
I don't know exactly right now, but there are every year there are deaths due to rabies, and there are many people who suffer because of that. That is there.
There are around 2,500 dog bite cases
Yes,
this year registered in Karnataka, sir.
Yeah. So that is the problem. It's a genuine problem. Dog bites, snake bites, those are genuine issues. And for snake bites, of course, there are different ways to tackle it. But these rabies is basically due to stray dogs and untreated, dogs, unvaccinated dogs. So hopefully, some proper within the legal ambit, some decisions are made, which will using the Supreme Court's directions also. Let us see.
Well, in conclusion, the issue about coexistence that many activists are now talking about, on the other side, there are many who believe that, well, there are people who are petrified, who are scared of stray dogs as well, and they also need to coexist with the dog lovers. So how do you strike a balance here? One side of the argument is, well, you can create animal habitat and they don't have to be in the human habitat. Just like we say that humans should not intrude into animal habitat. There should not be deforestation. There should not be humans entering that ecosystem. Similarly, there are ones who argue that animals should not be left to fend for themselves, aimlessly roaming around in human habitat, and then there is the possibility of them being attacked and then them becoming aggressive. To that, those who don't believe these are stray dogs say they are community dogs. They are not stray dogs. That's the term used. And that, this planet is for everyone, and dogs are voiceless. They have to be the voice of the voiceless. Can they also be active caregivers, active support givers who will campaign for sterilization programs and for neutering these dogs and take full responsibility? That quantity of people who are actually dedicated to the cause, in my mind, are rather few. I leave it to you to decide and write into us in the comments on what you think about this. Do subscribe to us and also press the bell icon to get notified for more such content. Thanks for watching.